following individuals make the following comments. Ziggler was dogging Triple H, which I would too, but yeah. And he said Ziggler's going to get his chance to show off tonight in a handicap match against The Shield. 3-on-1. Who do you think's winning that match, huh? So, Paul Heyman comes out, right? Let me flip this over now. Paul Heyman comes out. He sneers at the booing fans and says CM Punk was defeated by Brock Lesnar. So tonight he is going to give everyone a life lesson. He said that just like all rebellious children, Punk had to fly away from the nest to prove his worth. Okay? But he will be the first one to admit Punk gave Brock all he could handle, which he did, but the right guy went over. Brock, whether you like it or not, needed to win that match more than Punk did. Punk is already good. Lesnar's not as good, but he still needed to win that match. So where do you go from here? Heyman said it's time to end this family feud because he has been far more of a father figure than the guy who seared Punk in Chicago. Excuse me. And after brother Brock slapped some sense into Punk last night, he had realized that it's time to forgive. Heyman told Punk not to listen to the crowd, but to him. Heyman told Punk to simply apologize to him, and they will return to their quest to achieve heights even greater than before. He said, because CM Punk, I still love you, Heyman said. Heyman vowed to guide Punk back to the title in the main event of Mania. Okay, so the Bella Twins are back with the Total Diva girls, whatever, Naomi and Cameron. I didn't even know freaking Layla was a heel, but apparently she is. It was Cameron and Naomi versus AJ and Layla, and before the bell, JBL pitched the idea of a total analysis, which would suck real bad. But Total Divas, if you haven't checked it out, a lot of people may give me crap for this down in the comments, but I think it's actually a pretty decent show. Okay, AJ dominated, Layla was tagged in, suddenly got rolled up. Layla, like, freaked out, dude, that she lost. So then you see Dolph Ziggler on his way down to the ring. And this is where I feel Raw kind of went down. Like, the first hour, it was decent, with the Bryan promo being the best, but the second hour, not so good, in my opinion. The first and the third hour, the beginning and the end of the show, were the best parts of the show. Now, a lot of people may disagree with me on this. I didn't like the middle part of the show, but yeah, let's anyway get back up to the second hour, which the Shield actually wrestled 2 handicap matches, and RVD gets a mouthpiece. Not an actual, like, mouthpiece like that, like a manager, which was actually, I thought, cool. Okay, so Raw returns earlier today. They're having earlier tonight when Cena announced he was leaving for 4 to 6 months, and then they flash back to Stephanie McMahon's fake apology. The Shield's music hits. Dolph Ziggler versus the Shield, and Dolph Ziggler, Ambrose and Ziggler started out, and they just jailed. They jailed in the ring, and I enjoyed this just for them. They should skew off and have a world title feud between Ambrose and Ziggler. Those two guys were just incredible in the ring. I loved those two guys in the ring. They really jailed. I don't know if anybody else thinks that. But anyway, the Shield does win because Roman Reigns spears Ziggler, so they win, of course. And then they said it was Del Rio versus Sin Cara. There was no mood lighting for Cara. Del Rio had requested Mexican flags in the corner. The ref came over immediately. So Del Rio does his cross-arm breaker. The ref came over and did the X. Then the ringside doctor came over and checked on Cara. The match ended in under a minute. He took the mic as Del Rio took the mic as Cara was helped away. Ricardo said he was proud to not have to stand next to Del Rio anymore, but now represents someone new who will stand for the people. Rob Van Dam. So that's right, Ricardo Rodriguez is RVD's manager. Are you kidding me? Why? Why? He's El Generico. I believe. I know Ricardo Rodriguez is actually a wrestler. You need to make him an actual wrestler, not a manager. But I mean, then you have the Real Americans versus the primetime players coming off of Fred Mercer, aka Darren Young. Gay kind of speech. He said, Coulter said he's embarrassed of what kind of country we live in. They go to an amusement park and stand in line behind illegal immigrants using a debit card, which were paid for tax dollars. Primetime Players music come out, and WWE shows the fans dance the Primetime Players music, millions of dollars. But yeah, Cesaro targets Darren Young first in the match. You actually have Titus getting the ring with Swagger, promoting Darren Young to get the rally clap going. Young hot tags into the match and clotheslines Cesaro before suplexing him. He then delivers a Northern Light suplex with a bridge that Swagger broke up. Chaos is all forming into the ring. Once the Chaos goes, Young delivers a gutbuster across the knee and Cesaro for the pin and the win. So he wins. I need to wrap this thing up a little bit.